Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Young. Another segment of What's in Your Hand. What's in Your Hand on GHCR 95.9 FM. You can also catch us. You can also catch us on our YouTube channel, which is B1 Harlem, and we're doing some good stuff here in Grant Projects, New York City. I want to give a shout out to my engineer, Mr. Frazier. I'm going to give a shout out to some of the team, Stu Reed, the good work that he's doing. I want to give a shout out to Carlton Davis, doing some amazing work here in the Grant Projects. And again, my name is Rick Young. This is another segment of What's in Your Hand. And today my guest is Kevin McGregor. He's an author of a book titled Back Against the Wall. And I was recommended to Kevin by a young lady named Spring Panak, who is a good friend of mine, has brought me other great guests before in the past. And when you're doing a radio program, I learned from the master, the king, Brother Leroy. He said the shows is all about the guests. Get the guests. It's not about you talking this, that. Every week, here you go, talking. He said it's about the guests, and I got it. And so I have a guest today, Kevin McGregor, who's not related to Conor McGregor.
No.
They are not related. They might want to fight one day, but they're not related. I know you'll take them out anyway.
Thank you.
So you have a book titled Backs Against the Wall or Back Against the Wall?
Backs Against the Wall.
Man, what can you tell me a little bit about what Backs Against the Wall is?
Yeah, it's about life. It's life. In life, sometimes the biggest obstacles is things that elaborate with backs against the wall. It's the easiest thing to it's the easiest topic to write about because everyone have had issues with their backs being against the wall, and this book is just no different than what we live every day. It's a book about three young men from the housing projects, and they was basically living a regular life. Pretty much, they was doing good in life, working, school, and their life got derailed because of the death of their father. And through the death of their father, they was not even able to actually even bury him, and that started off a spiraling effect of crime for them.
Wow.
Yeah. Death does things like that to people. Similar to death is very common. I've seen people go out and do other things for different reasons, like Christmas or holidays. They'll go out and steal to get Christmas for their kids. Death does that too. It'll make you do some weird things. Like someone died in your family, you can do some weird things. And this is no different. This book is a tale of a tight-knitted family that lost their father. And when they lost their father, they world spent out of control. And it's a great book, though.
Wow. I wonder, why is it that doesn't always happen when we get into bad situations, when we have our backs against the wall, or when things happen, or death. I guess sometimes we have good stories too. When someone has their back against the wall.
It's definitely some good stories in it, but it's not all negative. I mean, their backs was against the wall a couple other times in the book where they had to do some negative, but good came out of it. Mm-hmm. It was good out of it.
And this is based on a true story?
No, not at all. It's all fiction.
Okay.
But you would think it's real.
So, your writing, where did that come from? Where did you...
I started writing, believe it or not, when I was incarcerated. I started writing. I did 7 years.
Wait a minute. You was incarcerated?
Yeah.
Should I feel safe up in here, man? I mean, I don't know, man. Where were you incarcerated?
Upstate New York. I was in several jails, Mid-State, Governor, Riverview, Coxsackie.
Baby jail.
I was, baby jails.
Wow.
It's true.
Man.
It's true. I wasn't one max, but it was all mediums besides that. So he right. It was pretty.
Wow, man. I mean, what is that like, man? I grew up in Harlem. I was in the mix of this and that. I never did, bad crimes, but what is that like, man?
I mean, it's definitely different. I wouldn't want to do it again. It was a learning experience. so it was a hard lesson learned. But I learned, and because of it, huh?
So you did 56 months?
I did 72 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
boy.
it's not. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I did 7 years, so it ain't. It was hard in the beginning because just being away from your family. But toward the end, the time started dwindle down. You got a little more adjusted, and my time was up, and I came home. But I actually, when I was in there, I actually was able to pick up writing because I was in the box a lot. Did like 3 years in solitary. So in my confinement, I started to write.
So you allowed to have pen and paper?
Yeah. You get pen and paper. You get like 5 sheets every day. They give you 5 pieces of paper every day. And I was able to get paper from people on both sides of me every day. They just give me their paper. So I would have about 15 pages a day, and I would just write.
Uh-huh.
And I wound up writing 5 books. Yeah, I wrote 5 books, and I was writing about a book a week.
Yeah.
For about a month and a half, I was just writing books, spitting them out.
Yeah.
So it was really good.
Yeah, wow, man. That's that's pretty amazing, man, that you take that gift and perfect that gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when did you realize, wait a minute, I have a gift for writing?
Really, I didn't realize it till after I came out. I was like, I had the books, I wrote them, I just did it as something to do. I passed it around to certain few crew inmates that I dealt with, and they read it and they loved it. And one thing about prison, it's the hardest crowd to entertain. If you think you could rap, you think you could sing or whatever, they'll tell you in a minute, man, you whack, you trash, get out of here.
What?
Get out of here, you trash.
What?
They'll tell you in 2 minutes. So it's actually it's hard, but it's kind of good because it's the best critics. It's the best critics. They're not gonna lie to you. They're gonna tell you straight up, you whack, straight.
Wow.
So it's kind of good. They told me they loved the book, and I knew they wasn't jobbing me. I didn't, I don't know them from a can of paint. I met them right there. We doing our time. You don't owe me no loyalty to tell me it's good or bad. If you tell me it's good, I'm gonna believe you because I know you don't owe me nothing. In the streets, I might come and you might read my book and you might feel you can get some of it and lie to me. Yeah, it's good, I like it. And it's a lie. So in jail, it's organic, and I like this. So definitely it worked out for me. And like I said, I didn't believe in it until after I got home. A good friend of mine, Ocean Thomas, she actually is my manager. She actually told me to take this book and actually go forth with it. And I opened up my own publishing company. And from that, after I opened my own publishing company, then I just I took off with it because I didn't want to. I shopped it around a certain imprints, and it was just robbery. The numbers they was talking was not even in my best interest. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna start my own imprint. Went and started the paperwork, filed my own papers, and from there, I was able to start my own publishing, and I actually got other people that's under me now that's writing. It's doing well.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. How many books have you written?
I've written 5, like I said. I have another one coming out February. That'll be my that'll be the second release called Who Would Ever Guess. That's another release that's coming out February.
Yeah.
So.
Now I know someone that I know for a fact should be writing a book. What do we need to do to convince this person to put this writing pen to paper?
Well,
and I've seen some of their writing, and it's pretty good. It's very good, excellent.
The first thing they have to do is just to do it. Stop putting it off for tomorrow, because that's what a lot of people will do. They'll keep putting it off for tomorrow. They'll put it off for tomorrow. Put it off for tomorrow. You got to put the pen to the pad and just get the writing.
One time I had sent the email. I asked someone a question. This particular person I'm talking about, and it was a deep question. And they wrote a book. They sent me back a book. I was like, oh, man. Yo, Doug, they sent me back a book. I was like, oh, wow. I need to take that and print that myself. What they wrote to me.
Right.
They wrote a classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, writing comes from so many different places. And the best part about writing, everyone in life thought about writing a book. Everybody. I've not met no one person that said everyone has a story they want to tell, but no one wants to sit down and put the work in, and that's what we need to bring back to the community. I'm trying to bring
put
back
the work in. Wow.
You got to bring back literacy.
Excuse me, Professor. Have you ever thought about writing a book, sir?
I'm currently
Okay.
See?
Finish it January.
See?
One of them.
Oh.
See?
Now, a question: are you going to publish it, or are you looking for a publisher?
No, I'm publishing.
See?
Okay.
That's the right way.
Yeah.
If you go about self-publishing and going your own print, you're going to put your own work in, you get all your residuals out of it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you got to put the work in. You got to hit the pavement. It's going to be rough for you in the beginning. It's not a get-rich scheme. It's they say, I'm a struggling artist. You can be a struggling artist.
I know a guy that used to sell his books on the subway. Yeah. He had a whole pitch. Right. He knew which subways to get on. He knew how much time he had, and he had the whole thing worked out. Man, he was doing it.
It'll work for you. Subway. I never tried the subways. I didn't have the courage to do that. But I applaud the people that do have the courage to get on the subway. This is New York, and again, it's like being in the prison yards.
You have a captive audience, huh?
Right? Very, and you got to do it quick because they'll tell you get out of here in a minute. Get out of here. So it's definitely something I would encourage anybody to do.
Let me have your publishing company.
Yes, it's Official KD McGregor. That's my website, officialkdmcgregor.com. My publishing is Fever Publishing.
And you have other writers that are writing.
Correct.
Wow, how many writers do you have working with you now?
Right now, I have 3.
Okay.
So, they're up and coming. They're perfecting their the finalized drafts, and the biggest thing is getting a good editor. I have a good editing team, and that helps out a lot because you can write a book, but it's whoever perfects it makes it a nice tale. Because if you're not a writer and you're just putting pen to pad, you don't know the rough intricate detail. That's what editors is for, for them to put that. But as you get more acclimated in writing, you become more well-rounded yourself. But as of being a new author, just put pen to pad and let the editor round it off for you.
Now we in the grand houses. I wonder how many people through this project right now have some excellent books inside of them right now in these projects right now.
Many, and I've run. Like I said, if I run into 10 people, 8 out of 10 of them say, I got a book I want to put.
Yeah. Yeah.
But none of them has put pen to pad because life just work, kids, family. It takes you away from just actually sitting down and writing. Just putting pen to pad, and that's the hardest thing.
Is there a system to that?
Really, honestly, there's no system to it. And like I said, only reason I was able to sit down and write it because I was in solitary confinement. I had nothing else to do. Nowhere for me to go. So I had nothing to do. I didn't have the distractions of the street, cars, family, work, kids. I didn't have the distraction like that.
Right.
And that right now, currently as we speak, I have the same problem. Like, it's hard for me to sit down and write currently. It's hard.
Yeah, I've heard some stories of people that used to go in rooms and close the doors and just shut out the world and just get into their work.
That's what you have to do because if you try to do anything else, it ain't gonna work for you. You have to get you see people go on real writers. They go on retreats. They'll go on a retreat for a week, 2 weeks to Hawaii or wherever they go to and get in solitude, away from everything that's normal to them, because that's the only way you're going to get the work done.
So solitude is important when it comes to writing this book?
Big time.
Or writing a book?
Big time. Similar to an artist that goes in the booth, it's a solitary situation for him. He's in that booth, he's by himself. He can think, he can get into his zone, because if he wasn't in the booth, he can't get in his zone.
Well, you think I might have a story? Because I grew up in the grand houses, and when I grew up in the grand houses, I had a decent basketball game, which I started on the monkey bars.
Okay.
I started my game on the monkey bars.
Right.
And hey, we had some one time we even had a tournament on the monkey bars. We were serious. I got my friend over here. He's sleeping on the monkey bars, but that's another story.
Right.
Yeah. So just
I think you got, like I said, if you got an intricate story to tell, just put pen to pad and put it out there.
There was a guy that wrote a book titled "The Monkey Bars for Life."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That sound like at least the title was catchy.
Yeah.
I would want to read just to understand what they're talking about. The Monkey Bars for Life.
Is that important to have a catchy title when you're writing the book?
Of course, the title and the cover need to be captivating.
Okay.
It needs to be something different. my cover for my book Backs Against the Wall. It was nothing different. Actually, it was just inspired to me because of the 3 characters in the book, and I have 3 sons that are black men. So I felt that I put them on the cover to depict the men that's in the story because they're my sons, and I appreciate them.
Wow, you got 3 sons.
Correct.
That's pretty powerful. Well, let me get your website one more time. 'Cause we're going to get ready for the next. As we get ready
Official KDMcGregor.com.
Okay. And we definitely got to get you to come back to talk about the work that you're doing, the books that's coming out.
Correct.
And I appreciate you coming today.
Right. I would love to come back. I'd love to come back. Right before I release the next book, I would like to do some. I'll come back and get to it.
Okay, absolutely, man. So I want to introduce you to this young man right here.
Hey.
They call him. Everybody else call him Brother Leroy, but I was like, wait a minute. No, man. No, Brother Leroy. This is a professor. This is a doctor.
The professor.
I call him Dr. Leroy, Professor Leroy, man. You know. Sometimes King Leroy, you know.
Correct.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Accept that.
Yeah, he's the man that opened the door for me to be sitting in this seat right now.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be talking to you right now had it not been for that man right there.
All right.
How about that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's a nice basketball league too.
They had a basketball league. Each one teach one.
I played in Each One Teach One. I
Yeah.
played in Young Life. Each One Teach One. Wow. I played in a couple PAL tournaments.
That's
you know?
the team I played for in the Rucker.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, yeah. All right. Each one teach one. Well, listen, man. Thank you, man. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.
I appreciate
coming.
you.
You
I
know,
appreciate you, Rick.
but now we know how everything is set up. We could definitely set it up again. You don't have to
Okay.
wait till the book comes out to come back.
Okay, for sure. I would
This
like
is
to
our
come
community radio station. We want to get out good information to the community.
Right.
We want to uplift the community. As a matter of fact, I want you to come for the changing of the name. We're going to be changing the name of this project. It's called Grant Projects.
Right.
We're going to be changing the name to the Grant Estates.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds more rich.
Doug, it's going to be the Grant Estates.
That sounds like y'all getting a couple dollars in here.
Listen, no, we're going to be. We're planning. We're saying, hey, that's what we're going to do.
The Grand Estates.
And we're bringing on the great teachers to teach us to take us to that level.
That sounds like it's
You
something.
one of them.
The Grand Estates.
That's
I
right.
I wouldn't live there. The Grand Projects, no. The Grand Estates, yes. I wouldn't live there.
Yeah, but it's gonna start here, but it's gonna
Spell out, right?
yeah, that's what we want.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, man. Thank
Appreciate you, Rick.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Mr. Engineer.
Thank you very
Mr.
much,
Fraser.
Professor. Appreciate
All right.
you.
All right. The next voice you hear will be the King, Dr. Leroy.
In black person.